There's this tiny, almost invisible moment that decides everything. It's the moment that separates a fight from a conversation. It's what turns a day spiraling out of control into one you can actually handle. It's just a sliver of time, and today we're going to learn how to master it. Oh, you know the feeling. That instant hot flash of regret. That feeling where you just wish you could literally reach out and pull the words back out of the air. We've all been there. But what if you never had to feel that way again? What if there was a tool to stop those words before they even escape? So let's talk about what I call the flashpoint moment. This is that critical instant where your logical brain just checks out. It goes completely offline, and your emotions grab the steering wheel. It happens to everyone, and honestly, it's where so much of our regret comes from. Picture this. An email lands in your inbox. You see the subject line, and your stomach just drops. You click on it, and the words on the screen, they feel like a direct hit, a personal attack, and you can feel your heart start hammering in your chest. Or maybe it's this. You're just talking with someone you really care about, and out of nowhere, they say something. A single sentence, maybe just one word, that feels like a punch to the gut. And just like that, the whole vibe in the room changes. It gets thick, heavy, and there it is, that all too familiar feeling. The heat rushing to your face, that knot forming deep in your stomach. You can literally feel the anger, the frustration just bubbling up, getting ready to blow. It feels like a straight line, doesn't it? Something happens, the trigger, and boom, you explode. It feels like this unbreakable, automatic chain reaction. But what if I told you that's not actually the whole story? What if there's a hidden link in that chain? A link that you, and only you, can control. See, the secret to breaking this cycle isn't about trying to avoid triggers. That's impossible. The secret is finding the space between the spark and the fire. That's where all of your power is hiding. In Japan, they have this beautiful word for it, ma, and it's not just an empty pause. It's thought of as a sacred interval, a moment of stillness that's just full of potential. It's the space where you get to decide what happens next. This quote just nails it. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. You can't control the stimulus, what people say or do, but you can always, always control the space. And it's right there in that little gap that you get to choose. That's how you take your power back. So, what do we do with this space? How do we actually use it? Well, it's about more than just taking a deep breath, though that definitely helps. It's about making a conscious choice, a choice about who you want to be and what you want to achieve in that exact moment. It really breaks down into 4 simple steps. First, just notice the trigger. That's the easy part. You'll feel it in your body. Second, create that sacred pause, that moment of ma. Take a breath, count to 3, look away for a second, whatever it takes. Now third, and this is the absolute game changer, choose your role and your objective. Ask yourself, okay, do I want to be an aggressor right now or a partner? Is my goal to be right or is my goal to find a solution? And then finally, step 4, respond. But not from that first hot flash of emotion. You respond from that place of pure intention. And look at this, it shows the 2 paths so clearly. On the one side, you've got the default, the reaction. It's driven by raw emotion. Your role becomes either the victim or the aggressor. And what's your only objective? To prove that you're right. But then, look at the other side, the response. This is a choice. It's driven by intention. Suddenly, your role shifts. You become a leader, a partner. And your objective? It transforms from winning an argument to actually finding a solution. It's such a small shift in your head, but it changes absolutely everything. Now listen, this isn't some magic trick you learn overnight. It's a skill, it's a muscle, and just like any muscle, you have to work it out. The more you consciously practice creating that space and choosing your role, the more natural it becomes. And pretty soon, that sacred pause becomes your new automatic setting. And the benefits? Oh man, they are huge. We're talking about actually feeling in control of your own emotions, gaining the mental clarity to make smart decisions when the pressure is on, saving your most important relationships from needless damage, and just feeling less stressed, almost instantly. All of that just from mastering a 2-second pause. And let's be really clear about something. This is not about bottling up your emotions or pretending you don't feel angry. No way. It's about channeling that energy. It's about taking that raw power of frustration and using it to build something better, to find a solution. It's about being the master of your emotions instead of letting them be the master of you. You're going to get plenty of chances to practice this, probably before the day is even over.
So the very next time you feel that familiar surge, that flashpoint moment, I want you to remember this. Remember, you'll have a choice. You can react or you can choose to respond.
So here's the bottom line. That pause isn't weakness. It's the ultimate sign of strength. It's the exact moment you grab the controls back. It's the moment you decide who you're going to be.
So I'll leave you with this question. Where are you going to use your pause first? Is it that tough conversation you keep putting off? Is it that weekly meeting that always gets under your skin? The next time you feel that trigger, remember the power of Ma. Remember you can choose your role. Trust me, your future self is going to thank you for it.